Oh, hello there, guys. You caught me lecturing the Green Knight on how to riposte and parry blows. He's a bit of a noob so far. We tried to train him last episode, and he got owned by a zombie, which is a bit embarrassing. I mean, he's wearing like full iron armor, but that clearly isn't enough. Now, another thing as well is I wanted to make more troops, but I don't have enough gold to pay their wages. So what I'm going to have to do this episode is gather up loads and loads and loads of really cool ores and metals to make into armor, to make into gold so I can pay the wages and spawn more troops. But also, I mentioned that I wanted to make my own custom blade, so I thank you very much for posting in the comments section what you think my sword should be called. I've had a look through, and there were some really great ideas. I liked Blackwood's Bane, especially, but you'll have to wait and see until I actually forge it to find out what it's going to be called. So, let's jump in and get some cool ores and metals. Right, so where's old Greedy gone? Let's go and have a look. I think he's probably sleeping up in his house. I'm not sure what he's... Oh, Rithian's up here. Wonder where the Green Knight's gone. I've got my command baton, so I could give him an order, and he should appear next to us. If I press C... Is he going to come back to us? Where is he? The Green Knight. He doesn't show up on the mini-map when I bring this out. Oh man, I hope he isn't lost completely. Well, luckily, he's probably gone off to kill some zombies, and if he dies, I think Rithian should bring him back. But I'm also going to need some extra priests, I think. What I'm probably going to have to do is put a priest next to every single town hall that I have, just so that they have, somebody to bring them back from the dead whenever they do die. Right, so what we're going to do this episode is track down some really cool ores. Now, to get close to that, what I've done is I've built a golden bag of holding. And these things are really cool because... Oh, there's Benji. How's it going, Benji? Oh, and Lewis, working hard at work. And Hannah, backs to each other. Right, so I've got the bag of holding. And when I right-click, it gives me this whole extra space to put junk. Oh, there's Trot looking after the warehouse. Good job, my man. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Put most of my stuff back into the warehouse, because I won't need it if I'm exploring the Nether. I won't need sticks, iron ore, iron ingots. I might take some buckets, because lava's useful. I could use it for the smeltery, if I bring some back. I'll keep the steaks and the pork chops as well, because food always comes in handy, especially when you're dealing with monsters. Now, do I have a bow in here? Let's take a look. No, I don't think I have a bow, but what I'll definitely need is probably a bit of cobblestone. We've got some normal stone in here, but where's the cobble at? Must be... Whoa, 3,500 cobblestone. Going to take a couple of stacks of that. I won't need any... Well, I might need my axe because there's some rare trees that spawn in the Nether. I won't need my command baton, so I'll put that back in there. I might need my sleeping bag. And I might need some torches, actually, as well. So let's see if I can find any torches in here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Well, 5 should be enough. And to be honest, there's not much in the way of darkness in the Nether. But if you go to the Twilight Forest, there is a lot of darkness. So I'll make some torches right now. It's easy enough. I just need some sticks and some coal. There we go. 3 stacks of torches should be plenty for an extended mining operation. Right, so I've got my big bag to put all my minerals in, and I've got a big amount of space in my pack. Let's just put this away. I'll put the steak back because I shouldn't need more than the pork chops that I've got. This should be plenty for me to get going on my adventure. Now, if I'm going to get some nether ores, I'm going to need a nether portal, of course. So where is the obsidian? Is there any obsidian in this warehouse? No, there isn't any obsidian here. So what I'm going to do is, well, I need some gold from deep down in the vanilla world, but I also need obsidian too. So my first task is to go down deep into the world and get some gold and obsidian. So let's go. Sweet, so I have a bucket of water now, which is what I need to get obsidian. Right, now it's time to find that lava, get the obsidian I need to make a portal to the Nether. Oh yeah, there we go, loads of obsidian. Nice. Now using a hammer to gather obsidian makes it so much quicker than using a pickaxe. But unfortunately, half of this is probably going to drop into lava below, so, oh, here we go. No, the Green Knight! It's okay, we can bring him back to life. Oh, no. And we've got 9 obsidian, I think, so we just need a little bit more to get enough to be able to go to the Nether. But, oh, man, skeletons are wrecking the Green Knight. What we can do, though, is we can sleep down here, and that should stop them from spawning up above. There we are now. That should be enough obsidian, but I still need some more gold if I want to buy more troops. And I haven't found any ore, so it's time to get down to gold level and start strip mining. Aha, my first bit of gold ore. Okay, let's dig it out and hope it's a big vein. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, yeah, dense gold. Sweet, just what I'm looking for. Right, so we're back topside, and now it's time to go and... Oh, no. Oh, this must have been the guy that killed the Green Knight. Let's take him out. You scumbag. Oh, man, now where's the Green Knight? Where's Rithian? Oh, man, this is awful. So we're going to need another priest to resurrect Rithian, and then we're going to need Rithian to resurrect the Green Knight. Well, we can't think about that. Let's take a look at what we grabbed from down in the mines. Oh, yeah, now we've got a whole bunch of stuff. I picked up like a whole bunch of cobblestone, but that's fine because look at this. We've got 37 gold ore, a whole bunch of lapis. I was lucky enough to find 12 diamonds, a lot of redstone as well down there, some iron ore. I should be set pretty much for the near future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug all of this gold straight into the smeltery to get that cooking as soon as possible so we can get some more troops on the go. Right, here we go. There's a load of molten steel in there at the moment, but if we open up the bag of holding, we can plonk the gold straight in there. There we go. Oh, and there's not quite enough room. It's a big smeltery, but not quite big enough to hold all the gold that we have, so we'll have to put the rest in later. Right, now before I go to the Nether, I'm going to have to create a Nether portal. But to do that, I don't want to have a Nether portal too near my stuff, because zombies and evil creatures can come through the Nether portal, and I don't want to risk any of my dudes with that happening while I'm not around. I already lost the Green Knight and Rithian because I wasn't here when skeletons attacked. So I'm going to need some iron and some flint to make a flint and steel, so that I can go into the Nether. Right, so I reckon this is far enough from my crib. I can come to the Nether quite easily by coming out here, and I'm far enough away. You can see my garrison, my barracks, is on the map, so it's not too far away. Let's put down some obsidian and get to the Nether. Let's put it down here, I reckon. 1, 2. Oh, whoops. It's okay. I can work with that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And I'm going to use corners because I might as well. I've got the obsidian. 1, 2, 3. Is that big enough? Yeah, I think that's the right size. And now what I'll do is I'll break this mud, get my flint and steel out. Flint and steel. Kablamo! And now I can go into the Nether. But before I do, I'm just going to chuck all of this cobblestone in the water now. Oh, this is a terrible, terrible bit of littering, but luckily in Minecraft, all your litter decomposes in 5 minutes, rather than in the real world, it takes like thousands of years. Right, water isn't going to be much use in the Nether, but it should be okay. Is there much room in my golden bag of holding? Yeah, I've got plenty of room in here for all the Nether ores I'm going to grab. Right, so let's go into the Nether. Now, I better be careful, because the Nether is a much dangerous place than the mines of the world. So here we go. Oh my god! Straight away I'm attacked! Oh man, but look at all these rare ores. There's nether amber, there's viroxaries, or whatever it's called. There's redstone. Oh man, and nether copper. Wow, this place is abundant with loads of rare ores. So it's time to get busy with my hammer and gather what I can. Oh, whoa, what's that pink ore down there? Now, is that even ore? I think it might be some kind of weird tree. I'm going to go and check it out. Right, so here it is. What is this stuff? It is green glow shroom. Weird, and that must be blue glow shroom. Oh, and what's that ore down there? That looks like some fancy new type of ore that I haven't got yet. All right, it's time to get down deeper. I'll build a bridge over here and grab what I can. Oh my god, what have I found here? Some alderite, that looks pretty cool. Also, shadow iron. Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah, and was that some super rare cobalt as well? I don't know, no, it's still alderite. Right, well, I'm going to grab all this stuff up. Oh, this is a true nether bounty that I've stumbled upon. Oh, and Midasium. Now, I read one of you guys said in the comments section that I can use Midasium to make gold, so I'm going to grab all that I can of that. Oh, and Ignatius. I remember you guys saying that if I make a blade out of, I think, was it Ignatius ore or something like that, it will have burning properties and I'll be able to set my foes on fire. That sounds pretty cool. Oh man, the jackpot, Nether Platinum. I've never used this before, but it must be amazing. Right, I think it's time to get out of the Nether with this nice bounty of awesome ores that I've collected. Hopefully this should be enough to arm my troops, to armor them and to be ready for Lord Blackwood's tax collectors. Right, so we're back at the kingdom. Oh my god, explosions. We're back at the kingdom, and now it's time to open up our bag and see exactly what we've gathered. Now, I've got a whole bunch of all kinds of ores. I found some calendrite, some shadow iron, some platinum ore. Super cool. Found some nether gold ore, which is what we need. Vulcanite, midasium, viroceres, I think, or viroxeres, aldurite, lapis, cobalt, and ardite. Now, one of the things we found as well was an ore that we needed maniolin to make. And you guys at home have put together a list of the perfect blade. Now, I'm going to make a cutlass, but to get a cutlass, I need to pillage a nearby village for the recipe. It's a pattern that only spawns in villages, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But while we're away, let's see if the gold is there's loads of gold in here, 68 ingots, so that should be plenty to make an army. Well, let's see, if it's 2 gold per troop, we can make about 34 soldiers now. That's crazy. That's enough for a small army, a small squadron, to take on Lord Blackwood's tax collectors. I'm not sure what he's going to bring, but I'm pretty sure the tax collectors aren't going to be too much trouble. It's just going to be like a load of nerds, like a load of accountants, and maybe a few soldiers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in to the smeltery my ardite and my cobalt. So let's just grab the cobalt out and the ardite, and we'll see how much maniolin we get from this. But apparently, maniolin is a great metal to make your blade out of. So in goes the. Oh no, hang on a sec. I won't put all of it in there. I'll just save a few, and I'll put some ardite in there as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 and 10, and we'll see what that makes. But while that's cooking, we're going to head over to a nearby village and see if we can find the patterns we need to make a cutlass. Now, luckily enough, we found a couple of villages on the map. There's one in the desert over here, I think. Oh man, that's a huge village. And there's one on land, I think, somewhere nearby. There it is, there as well. So one of these will definitely have what we're looking for. And what we're looking for is a pattern called the Full Guard pattern. It's what you need to make a cutlass, and it's a secret tinker's recipe. It's a secret sword that you can only get if you raid a village for the pattern, because you can't make the pattern for the Full Guard. So let's see if we can find it and make the perfect blade. Right, here we are, time to raid the village. Now we're looking for, there's a horse there as well. I am going to need a fine steed, so I might have to come back here and tame one of these wild beasts. But what we're looking for now is a Full Guard pattern that should be inside one of these houses. Usually there's a Tinker's Construct house that has a whole bunch of recipes. So let's see if we can find that. Aha, now this looks like it. When you find a village, if you can find a room with loads of crafting stations and part builders, that's usually where you're going to find the Full Guard pattern. So let's take a look. Wide guard, Full Guard pattern. That's what we need, right? This is the. Ooh, somehow I've got an emerald. Did one of the villagers drop it? Oh, I'll put that in my pocket. Don't mind if I do. Might as well. What can I throw away? I can probably throw away a bucket because it's just a bunch of iron. Now look at it. There's loads of Full Guard patterns in here. Actually, no. There's only one Full Guard pattern. Well, okay, that's what we need to make the cutlass. So let's get back to base and start crafting our perfect blade. Right, so we're back at base. Now it's time to check the smeltery, see if we've made... Oh, look at this, maniolin. 18 ingots of it. Now, what else have we got in here? We've got cobalt, which means you use more cobalt than ardite to make maniolin. So what we'll do is we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 ardite ore in there, and we'll see if that mixes with the cobalt to make a little bit more maniolin, because we might need a little bit more. What I might do is make a maniolin hammer as well, so that we can go back to the Nether and get some sweet-ass Nether ores. Right, so I'm going to grab a chest to put near the smeltery to dump all of these ores. Now, I could put all of the ores into my warehouse, but the truth is... Oh, whoops. There's some brains and stuff in here. Best get rid of those. So I'll make a chest over here to put the ores in, because I want them near to the smeltery so I have quick access to them. The warehouse is just a little bit too far away. So I'll put a chest down inside here, like this. Here we go. Just to get up against this wall will do. And then I'll deposit all my ores in here so I have quick access to them. Now I'm also going to put in the materials that are important to making my blade. So that includes quartz, but also paper and some other things as well. I'll keep the gold glowstone ore on me though. There we go. Put the cobalt ore in there. And now let's open up my bag of holding and get the precious ores out of that. Oh man, there's loads in here actually. I'm not sure there's going to be enough room in this chest. Right, let's just deposit the last of these ores. Oh yeah, just a full chest of ores now. I'm never going to run out of anything I need to make some awesome blades for my troops. Right, so how do you make a cutlass? Well, you need 3 parts. You need a full guard, which is what we have the pattern for. You need a sword blade and a tool rod. So what do we have the patterns for? We have a tool rod, we have a full guard pattern, and do we have a sword blade? No, I don't see one. We have a knife blade, a large blade, but not a conventional sword blade. So let's make one of those now. Right, there we are, a sword blade, a tool rod, and a full guard. That's all you need to make a cutlass. Let's just leave those stencils in there. Right, now in the part builder, we need stone versions of all of these. So we need a stone full guard, a stone sword blade, and I don't think we need a tool rod because I think we already have, what is this? That's a tough rod, so we do need a stone tool rod. There we go, that's all the parts that we need. Now we can put these patterns back in the chest and get to making the molds. Now we could make a stone cutlass and that would just be a stone full guard, a stone tool rod and a sword blade, and I'll show you in the tool station how that works. There's the recipe here for a cutlass. I don't see one actually. A long sword, a broadsword, a cleaver. But what if we put in a guard, a stone tool rod, and a sword like that for, let's say, the long sword? Let's try it. There we go, so you can create the cutlass, and it is a secret weapon. It's only got +5 attack damage, but it does have some groovy bonuses like extra crit. But what we need to do now is we need to put these parts into here, onto the smeltery table, pour gold around it to make a cast, and then we can pour metal into the gold casts. So now we've got the gold cast for the guard, the blade, and the tool rod. So we can throw away these parts that we don't need anymore down here. I don't think anyone's going to pick them up. Should be okay. Now, we didn't actually need all these molds. The only mold we really needed was the blade, because that's the one that we're going to make out of one of these metals. We're going to use other materials to make the other parts. Now, Maniolin for the sword blade. Let's pour it out. Now, this is a deep purple. Oh, this is going to look amazing. Sweet. So we've got the sword blade. Now we're going to use paper to make the guard because that lets us have an extra modifier on it, which is another kind of way to enchant our blade, and we want a really cool magical enchanted blade. But I'm also going to use Maniolin to make the rod, which is kind of like the handle. So there we go. There we are. We've got 2 parts, and we're going to use paper to make the cross guard, the full guard. Now where do I put the full guard recipe? Wide guard, crossbar. There it is, the full guard pattern. So what we're going to do is go into the part builder, and we're going to make our full guard out of paper. There we go. Now this is going to look a bit weird, but it's going to be a super powerful sword. Don't you worry. So we go and we'll try and make a sword. We'll put the crossbar in, the handle, the tool rod, and the paper guard, and bam, a cutlass, pink and white. But we're going to have to give it a name. Now, I've been looking through the threads that you guys have posted on Reddit, the tweets that you've been tweeting at me, and the comments section in YouTube. There's some really cool ideas for names, like Blackbane, Oathkeeper from Game of Thrones. But the name I want to give to this sword is definitely going to be Black Razor, because we're going to cut Lord Blackwell down to size. All right, there we go. Ka-ching! Prepare to fight! Oh yeah, Black Razor. I want to test this thing out. But before we do, there's something else we've got to do. We've got to imbue this thing with some cool properties. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the quartz out of this chest and put some really cool modifiers on this blade. I'm going to need all the quartz because I'm going to maximize my quartz buff on this. Right, so now we have our blade. It's time to add some modifiers. Now what I want to do is I want to first add a mossy upgrade. And I do that by making some moss stone, like that. Bam, I'm going to need some more water though, because I'm going to make even more. I need a block of 9. Luckily there's a well nearby, nice. There we go. And now I put this moss stone in a brick to make a ball of moss from Tinker's Construct. Now I upgrade the weapon by going to the tool forge. I put the weapon in the left, I put the modifier on the left, And there we go. Modifiers remaining 3, but I can add moss to it. So let's just do that. And that gives it auto repair. Now I'm going to need to put some nether quartz in. So it's time to start dumping nether quartz in. And what you do is you just put it on the right and you drag it over to the left to keep adding damage modifiers. Now, as you can see on the right, we can go up to 72 quartz upgrade. So let's just keep adding that until we've got an amazingly sharp blade. But if you want to speed up the process, you can use blocks of quartz, which do it even quicker. So let's just do that. Bam. And I'll just turn the rest of my quartz into blocks. Oh yeah, I think 22 should do, but we're probably going to want to sharpen up our soldiers' blades as well, if that works. But I've heard that soldiers don't like Tinker's Construct swords, so we might not be able to do that. Okay, bam. Let's just keep doing this until we have the maximum quartz upgrade. Bam, and there we go. We've got sharpness and auto repair, but we have 2 more modifiers remaining. So what are we going to put on our blade? I'm not quite sure. There's a couple of things we can do, but for the time being, I think I'm probably going to leave my my sword as it is, because the other things that we can add to it are really costly. We can add another star to add another modifier slot. We can add a diamond block to add another modifier. We can put a piston on to add knockback. There's all kinds of things we can do to this blade. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave it as it is, because it should be a pretty powerful and scary blade right now. So I'm going to go and find something in the wild to slash and see how much damage I do with this thing. Right, so it's Black Razor versus Pig. It's not exactly a deadly foe, but it's something to see what the damage is. So let's see. One shot from Black Razor does. Bam! Oh my god, I one-shot it. I didn't even see how much damage I did. And I just earned the achievement Enemy Slayer. What is that even for? I don't know. Let's see if I can see what damage I did to a sheep. Bam! Oh, again, I one-shot him. So I'm doing over 8 damage. I'm going to have to go and find a zombie, something with more than like 15 health, to see how much damage this thing actually does. Now, when I right-click, I can block with the cutlass. A lot of you guys suggested that I make a rapier, but the problem with rapiers is they're a bit too overpowered. They're a bit bugged. They cut completely through armor, and that's a bit unfair. I'm a warrior of truth, justice, and light, and I'm not going to cheat using kind of dodgy mod pack swords that are a bit OP. I'm going to stick with the cutlass, which is a pretty cool secret blade that does a hell of a lot of damage. Right, let's go and find a zombie to put to the sword. Right, night's falling, so any second now zombies and stuff should spawn, and I can test my blade out proper on some real foes. Oh, now here's our first customer. Now this isn't a good test because he's wearing armor. Yeah, so it only does 3 or 4 damage to him, but he's wearing full armor, so that's pretty good still. Anybody else? Anybody else in less armor? Let's see how much damage it does to this skeleton over here. Here we go, he's got a bow and leather armor, but I'm still doing quite a lot of damage to him. 5 damage. Now, a rapier will probably cut through that armor, but the cutlass is still pretty good. Here we are, a spider now. Here's a good test. This thing's got no armor. Bam! Oh, 11 damage per hit. That's pretty crazy on something without armor. Let's try the creeper. Bam! Oh, 11. Oh, whoa, crazy. That's pretty insane. Now, what I could do is change my handle to be vulcanite, and that would add fire attacks. I could also put viroxaries on here, and that would add a poison attack. But the thing is, stuff dies so quickly, I don't think there's much point in that. Oh, I'm a bit poisoned right now. Right, well, I'm going to get back to base. Oh god, it's nighttime and I'm poisoned, but I feel a-okay. I don't feel like anything can take me on, because with the power of this blade, it's just so powerful that I feel like I can't die. Alright guys, well thanks for watching Rule the World. In this episode, we built the Black Razor, my amazing new personalized Valyrian steel sword. I've made it out of manialin and paper, and I've added some pretty sick modifiers to it. What I'm going to do between now and next episode is resurrect Rithian, add another priest, and bring back the Green Knight, and then we can start arming him with some new armor out of the metals that we got from the Nether. And I can also get on making my first archer, because I definitely feel like I need some ranged to add to my army. We've got the gold now, so we can start building our army completely. So until next time guys, hit like, hit favorite, and I'll see you next time. Take care.